Hey guys, my name is Isabelle and today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial using the Kylie Cosmetics Blue Honey palette. This is what it looks like. I'm going to give you guys a review at the end to tell you how I like it because why not? So first I'm going to go in with the shade Raw on my Sephora 27 brush. So it's this shade right here, this brush. So I'm gonna get that. There's not really a lot of fallout, only a little tiny bit, which I don't really mind anyway. So now I'm going to, just gonna buff that into the crease. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side and going in. I'm sorry if my camera is not in focus. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but it just didn't look like it was in focus. So I'm sorry if it's not. I'm going to take the shade Sweet Like Honey, which is this yellowy shade, and I'm going in with that same Sephora 27 brush. This is a pro blending brush, by the way. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. This shade has no fallout at all, which is awesome. And then I'm just going to go into my crease and use this as my transition shade. Blending out really nicely. They look really pretty too. I feel like in person they don't look as dark, but my camera is making them look really dark, which I don't mind. They still look pretty. It's just they look a little bit different in real life. So I'm going back with that same shade and I'm going to do it on the other eye, just blending it into the crease. Going back with a little more. This shade is so pretty. I like this palette because it's not like a basic palette that a lot of people come out with. Like, it's very out there, like the shades are very different, like the range, and I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm going to focus that in there, just like that. All right, so now it's gonna get a little bit bold. I'm going to go in on my Sigma E25 brush with the shade, let's see what this shade's called. Blue Honey. It's this blue right here. That on my brush. Not a lot of fallout again, which is always a good sign. And I'm gonna put that into the crease, maybe a little below, and I'm going to use a very light hand because as you can see this shade is very pigmented, so I don't want it to come out too dark and not be able to blend. So I'm just gonna do that. Looks really pretty. I really like this color. Blends nicely. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in with that shade again and just deepen it up. I'm my best, so if it doesn't come out as you guys would like it to, I'm sorry and I will fix it. I'm just gonna keep blending that out. Should I get a different blend? No, this is fine. Just want it to look seamless. You have to be very careful when you're working with this dark blue shade because it is very, very, very dark and pigmented. So if you use too much at the wrong time, it will not blend. So you have to be very careful with the way you work with it. Okay, now I'm going in this side. And it's okay if it looks a little bit messy at first because we're gonna go in and this is gonna be a halo eye. I think I forgot to mention that, but it's okay. So yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna go in with a little more of that shade. Okay. I'm liking the way this came out so far. So I'm gonna go in on my Sephora smudge brush. It doesn't have a name, but it looks like this. It's very precise. Now I'm gonna deepen up the look. Oh yeah, see, there we go. I'm just gonna blend the edges out a little bit with this brush. I know this isn't a blending brush, but it's very precise, so I can get into the areas I want with it, which I really like. So I'm sorry if this makes you cringe, but I don't know. I'm gonna go into that same blue shade again with this brush, tap off the excess, and then just do the same to the other eye. Yeah. I'm just gonna go in with this blending brush and just blend that out because that kind of went all over the place. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna deepen that up a little bit. I'm taking whatever was left over on that brush and I'm just buffing that into the crease. Blending it out a little tiny bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my my Sephora 27 brush again. I'm just gonna blend this all together so there's no harsh edges to make it look seamless. Okay, I'm just gonna do that on the other side as well. And I'm gonna go in with that shade Sweet Like Honey, this yellow one again, just because I want to make sure that everything is blended and it'll give the edges a more softer look. So I'm just gonna go in and do that, so that color doesn't fade away as well, because I know that happens when you put a dark shade over it. So I don't want the color to go away because it's very pretty and I want that to be the transition shade that like shows through, you know? Okay, so I'm doing the same thing on the other side. Very light hand, nothing too crazy. Okay. So that color doesn't fade away as well, because I know that happens when you put a dark shade over it. So I don't want the color to go away because it's very pretty and I want that to be the transition shade that like shows through, you know? Okay, so I'm doing the same thing on the other side. Very light hand, nothing too crazy. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same brush, the smudge one, and go into that blue shade again, and I'm going to deepen up the inner and outer corner of my eyes to start to get that halo effect. Just gonna pack that on. So pretty. I love this color a lot. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going in with that color again and I'm going to pack it on a little more. Okay, so now I'm going to do that on the outer V kind of. Now I'm going to pack that on again. But I'm really starting to like it. I think it's really pretty. And I will make sure that if this is not in focus, I'm going in with the Sigma E25, that I will make sure to next time fix that and do I think I know what I was doing wrong. So if I could try and fix it now, that would be awesome. But if not, I'm really sorry and I can fix it for next time. So now I'm going in with that same blue shade. I know I've been saying that a lot. And tapping off the excess and doing the same thing on this eye with the inner and outer corner. Oh yeah, look at that pigmentation. Awesome. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going in with that blue shade again, and I'm going to deepen up the outer V portion of my eye. Guys, this pigmentation is crazy. It's so pigmented. Okay, so now I'm going back in and doing the outer V again because I didn't get to finish it because my camera fell over. Very pretty. I'm just gonna blend those edges out a little bit, bring it up to the crease. Guys, I'm really liking this look. It's really pretty. And if colors like this aren't in your comfort zone, it's okay because they're not in mine either. But you'll get used to it. I mean, this is my first time using colors like this and I'm already used to it. Like, I really like this look so far. I hope what I'm gonna do later comes out good. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the Sigma E25 and I'm going to blend that as usual, just to make sure there are no harsh edges. Because that is important. Always blend, 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 blend. There's a lot of blending with this look, but it's worth it. And blending is a skill you should be doing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just gonna blend those and that in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take this Iconic London brush. It looks like this. And it doesn't have a name on it. I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light, and I'm going to create a halo eye. Okay. So I'm just going to get this and get a tiny, tiny bit on the brush. I'm gonna have to go above my crease, and if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine, but I'm going to just because that's the way my eyes are. So I drew that first line. So I'm gonna go back in with more Shape Tape. So now I'm going back in, and I just want to clean that up. And I know it looks a little rough, but that's okay because you're gonna go in with shades over it anyway. Yeah, so basically that's what you do. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go to the edges a little bit. Okay, so this is what it looks like afterwards. I'm gonna do that on the other eye. I really hope it comes out even. That's a problem I have. Making stuff even is very difficult. Okay, so doing the same thing on the other eye. So this one I'm just gonna start by drawing the line down, which I feel like will help. And I looked up and see where that mark is. That's where I'm gonna bring my halo eye up to. I'm just gonna drag that down. Just like that. And I'm gonna go in with more Tarte Shape Tape. I'm going to fix this and clean it up a little bit. Okay. And the other side, I'm just like dragging the concealer farther outward. and making the top a little longer to match the other side. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna go over the line on the top, make it a little longer like that, and then I'm going to do what I did in the other one, the other eye, just like bring it down. It doesn't have to be perfect, even though I would love it to be perfect. That's not the case. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, go in with that shade Raw again, and I'm just gonna set it. Just a tad. Same on the other side. Not too crazy, but now we're gonna get into the colorful part of the tutorial, which I'm so excited for. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Morphe M124 brush. It looks like this. I love, 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 love this brush. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the shade Bumble, which is this gold right here, and I'm going to dip my brush into that. I'm gonna take some MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to spray my brush. I'm going to pack that color onto the center of the halo eye. I'm going to pack more of that on there, just so it shows up. Oh yeah, there it is. All right. I'm going to drag that out a little bit on the edges, so I'm just gonna go like that. Motions, you know. Not to cover the whole entire thing, but like the middle part, like a good portion of it, you know what I'm saying? All right, so now I'm going to go back in with that gold color. I'm going to take MAC Fix Plus and spray. And I'm going back over it. Yes, that's so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to just disperse it all over. Yes, just like that. And remember, it doesn't have to cover the whole thing. I mean, if you want it to, you can, because we're going in with another shade afterwards. This side looks more pigmented, so I'm just gonna take up more of that Bumble, and I'm going to put it over here. I'm going in with the shade Royal Jelly, which is this beautiful, beautiful blue shimmery shade. I'm gonna take MAC Fix Plus, and I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna put this on the edges of the gold. Is basically where I'm gonna put this to connect the two blue colors, but to do it in a more fun way, you know. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Oh, my camera's on focus. So I don't know if you guys can see that right now. I'm gonna go in and fix it after, but to the inner part, I'm just gonna put that right there. And then I'm gonna like mix them, almost not mix, but like combine them so it's more blended. Just like that. Just gonna mix them a little bit. I'm going to put that on the other eye, the same exact technique. Basically, I'm just gonna pack it on there. Okay. So then I'm going to do the same on this side. Guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna combine them, blend them together. It's probably a better way to put it. I'm just gonna take this iconic London brush, and then I'm going to pick up that gold color, and I'm going to put it on the center where the gold is, but to define it more. Oh, the same thing on the other eye. Like so. Just like that. The matte blue shade, and I'm going to Get that on my brush. This Sephora smudge brush. I'm going to deepen up the inner and outer corner just so the color didn't fade away. You know what I mean? Just like that. Yeah. I'm going to put that in the inner corner again. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little more of that blue shade, the matte one, and I'm going to put it above where the halo is just to define it. So I'm going in with that, just like that. Nothing too crazy, but now I'm going to take my Sigma E25. I'm just going to blend those edges out. Just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Just deepen it up because we don't want that nice blue shade to get lost, guys. That would be tragic. Just like that. I'm going to go above the shimmer to define the halo. And then I'm going to take my my Sigma E25 and I'm going to blend that out. This is another iconic brush. Again, they don't have names, but it looks like this. So I'm going back in with the shade Sweet Like Honey, which is this yellowy shade. So I'm just going to pick a little of that up. And then I'm going to blend the edges just because I feel like that color got really lost and it's really beautiful and I don't want it to get lost. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of my eye. The other eye, I mean. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to blend that a little more. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Sephora 27 brush and I'm just going to go in and blend a little more. I told you, a lot of blending in this look. Just like that. I'm taking this Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler. My eyes are really big, ugh, so like it barely fits in, but it's okay. I'm using my Kylie Cosmetics Take Me on Vacation palette as a mirror. I do not wear false lashes because my eyelashes are very long. They actually touch my eyebrows. Something I do that's a little different from most people is since my eyelashes are so long, when it comes to putting mascara on my bottom lashes, I put the mascara on first and then I smoke out my lash line, just because when I put mascara on, a ton gets underneath my eye and I wouldn't want to wipe away like my makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal mascara. I'm going to go in on my bottom lashes, and this looks so rough because my lashes are so long, but I promise after I clean it up it looks so much better and there will not be black all over here. Like, you guys see that, right? Like, I think that's all I'm gonna do for those lashes right now. I'm going to go in for my bottom lashes, and it's gonna be messy again, guys. I'm sorry, but that's how my lashes are and I can't help it. Okay, yay, done with mascara. To get Q-tips, wet them and come back so I can wipe all that off. Okay, so there we go with my Sigma E25, and I'm gonna take Sweet Like Honey, you know, the yellow shade right here. I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. So I'm going to just go back into that color. Okay. I'm going to smoke it out with this smudge brush from Sephora. And now I'm going to go into that yellow shade again and just do the same on my other eye. See that? So I'm just gonna go in with that Sephora smudge brush again and just, I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line again. Just go on top of those colors, of that yellow color. Nothing crazy. Just a little smoke out, you know. The same to the front, but like not as dark. So now I'm gonna get my Sigma E25 and I'm just gonna blend that out. Oh, can you see? Okay. Blend that out. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye, going in with that blue shade again. Tap out the excess and then just smoke out the lower lash line. Now that I finished that, I'm going to take my Sigma E25 and I'm going to blend that all together. I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette and I'm going to mix the two shades Fiji and this one, I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's like seashells, I think. Grab a little of each, little combo. And I'm going to pop that in my inner corner highlight. See that? Oh yeah, okay. Going in a little bit more. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Gotta love that inner corner highlight, and I'm gonna take a little more just to make it pop. I'll take a little tiny bit of seashells and I'm going onto the brow bone. Just a tiny bit, nothing too crazy because I kind of want like the eye look to stick out more. Just a tiny bit. Yeah, just that. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, but now I'm going to give my thoughts on this palette. Okay, so personally, I really love this palette. Like, the colors are very unique and it's not something you see every day, so I really like that. But also there's little to no fallout in this palette with the matte shades, which fallout really doesn't bother me personally, but I know it bothers a lot of people, so that's a plus. And the shimmers have absolutely no fallout and they are so pigmented. Like, I really didn't need to use Fix Plus, but I just use that with every glittery, shimmery shade, so I just decided to go in with it. But usually I don't do that. And it does come with 5 mattes and 4 shimmers. It's very reasonable for the price. I really, really recommend this palette. It's really beautiful. The shadows blend really easily. As you can see, I had no problems or no harsh lines. It was very easy to work with. I really, really, really recommend this palette. And the shades are also listed on the back. I don't know if you could see that, but like in here, which I think is pretty neat. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was really fun filming this, even though it was my first video, so I'm really excited to film more. So show me some love on this video because I worked really hard on it and I was really nervous. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also click the notification bell so you know every time I upload. I'm going to try to upload twice a week. So see you next time.